What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is October 26th of 2020. Well, folks, I hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are. And in today's video, I want to spend some time to talk about why just yesterday we had probably what was the most significant days where the price action for Bitcoin in over 2.5 years, and how we can continue to use this exact same form of analysis on longer-term timeframes in order to get more confident of a coming bull market in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies abroad. All right, so let's go ahead, cut to the chase, and dive right into it. So I want to talk about what it isn't. A lot of people usually are looking at the headlines, they're looking at the short-term timeframes for Bitcoin, and they think that maybe using some form of indicator is going to be the ultimate sign for a bull market, when in reality, nothing is going to be more transparent to you as a trader or investor, no matter where you fit in, than price. Okay, price is the most significant thing we can analyze. And along with that as well, with Bitcoin, after the last few years, it's really been over almost nearly 10 years now, we have about 10 years worth of price action to look at here that we can utilize to get an analysis on Bitcoin. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to the chase here on what I'm discussing today, guys. The point that I want to focus in on is taking a look, as we're taking a look at the weekly chart here, so we can get a long-term horizon of price and a short-term horizon of price. What we're focusing in on was the weekly close yesterday on the 25th. So basically closing off here on the week for October 19th, 2020. Now, why is this candle here so significant? Obviously, it was a great week, about 13% increase in price here for Bitcoin, and we're even continuing after about 1.17% up here at the start of the new week. The reason this is significant here, and why I want to talk about this, how valuable this is for Bitcoin, is taking a step back here on the long-term time frame. And again, taking a look at what this is telling us here in regards to price. Yesterday, we set in the highest weekly close, which is, again, the significant price that people are focusing on. The highest weekly close since all the way back here in mid-January of 2018. More than 2.5 years since we've been at this point. More than 2.5 years, almost coming up here in the next 2 months if we hold above this range, the highest price range that we've seen in nearly 3 years. So this is really, really exciting stuff. Now, why is this extra valuable in regards to analyzing price, and why is it a sign of confidence for a bull market? Well, it's obviously great, obviously setting in the highest level that we've seen in over 2.5 years. That alone is already great. But the reason why, on a technical perspective, this is extremely valuable, far beyond the value of any indicator you could utilize in your charts, is because this has been a significant point of resistance for Bitcoin for a long period of time. Around here, anywhere between the upper $11,000 range back here in February of 2018, of here in July and June of 2019, and also here in August of 2020. It's tended to be that this range between the upper $11,000 range to $13,000 has been a contested resistance range for Bitcoin multiple times. As prices tried to regain back to those $20,000 highs that we saw back in December 2017, price has been struggling to hold at that range. And in fact, anytime it came up in this range, it was quickly sold off by people who had bought Bitcoin and eventually took profits on their positions, where sell-side pressure began to outweigh buyers. Well, this time around, there really isn't much sell-side pressure. And that's the important factor here, how price is holding. And we can take a look, just trying to kind of get a perspective of how this looks on a shorter term time frame, because it can be important. I like to take a look at the daily sometimes. And you can see here that every single day, after we had this major volume uptick here, there really hasn't been any follow through on sell side volume. No one taking profits here. A very different environment of the buying and selling dynamics in the market. And in fact, we're seeing what we've seen many times in the past, where it either means that we're going to have a nice continuation in price of continuing to set in higher levels, or we might really be on the cusp of a continued bull market rally. Something severe, something where bulls will really start to come in, where the volume is going to continue to amplify like we saw back here in May and June and April of 2019. That buildup going in towards the next year here in the case of our time frame. So again, taking a look at the weekly here, everything's on pace. We had a full V-shaped recovery. The technicals look really great, right? You can take a look at a variety of indicators. They're probably going to be flashing green as well. But again, the price is the confidence signal. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about this on longer term time frames. Again, we can take this same analysis here and take it to the monthly. If we close around this range at the end of the month here, we've just got more, just a couple of days here, pretty much one last week here. if we hold at this price range here, we are going to have the highest monthly close, well beyond where we closed in June. Again, it's not the wicks of the candle here that matters. It's the close, which here on this month was around $10,760. We are going to have the highest monthly close, $3,000 above that previous high back here in June of 2019, and the highest monthly close that we've had since back here in December of 2017. Not here in January, right? January's close was down here. And along with that as well, all these other monthly closes were around 10,000. We will have had the highest monthly close, and in fact, higher than where we were back in December of 2017. If we make a close slightly higher, if we go up to around 14K, that will be a major confidence signal. So again, who knows if we'll do that over the next few days? Maybe it'll be next month that we have to claim that level. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to happen, but there is a chance of it. And it could, again, speak to the further acceleration of momentum in cryptocurrency markets if we do set that close. Again, very, very close here. We'll see what happens. But again, a lot of larger investors are going to be watching to see if we set in that higher monthly close. And if we do that, it's going to be yet again another sign here on the continuous time frames, the expanding time frames from the weekly, monthly, and what we're now going to be looking at, the yearly, that Bitcoin is ready to shake things up. So this is the critical level here. We've already got the weekly signaling confidence. There's a chance we could see the monthly soon. What we really need to see here is a substantial close above the previous yearly close for Bitcoin. And the new yearly close, the previous all-time high candle, in this case, at the peak of the bull market. We need to see the yearly close for that candle. So back in 2017. And we need to see here in 2020 that we're going to be setting in a new relative high. So what does that point to? Do we need to go up to 20K? No, we don't have to go up to 20K. We're not going to the tip of the wicks here. That's important to understand. Right? We didn't do that last time here. What we need to see, and I'll go ahead here and actually go to the 12-month, which is basically the yearly. Looking at the same chart here. What we need to do is set a close, and I would like to see a substantial close above the yearly high close here, which is 13,880. If we can get 14K, 15K for Bitcoin, just by the end of the year, going through October, November, up until December. Right? So pretty much, 2 extra months here, about to come up to the close of October. So 2 months, if Bitcoin can do that, if it can go between 14,000 to 15,000, that's all we need to see, folks. It is a clear telltale sign in price, in the simplest form of analysis here. Again, simplicity wins out. It is the simplest key sign here that we are setting up for a substantial move in the market. And that's all I need to talk about today, guys. There's no headlines. There's no craziness going on in the market. There's no, we got to focus on this and that, all this noise. No. A lot of it's BS, guys. A lot of it is there to distract you. This is what matters. And I'm super excited that this has happened here the way that it has. We had an exactly similar pattern here in the sense of the breakout candle for the bull market back in 2013 and here in 2017. The downward candles here, mainly coming in from the first candle, the initial start of the bear market, setting in the low, again, setting in our low over here as well, and then continuing upward here and starting to build onto the next cycle. I'm super excited to be here with you guys throughout all of this. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this analysis, guys, this focus on critical movements and price action, give this video a like, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. But above all, everyone, I hope you're all having a fantastic start to your week. This is a very bright Monday for everyone, so go make the best out of it. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.